the storm may be miles away, but you certainly can feel the effects of Erin here on St. George Island.
One person who knows just how powerful Erin is Nancy Pasternak. She was in Apalachicola and followed the storm as it tracked along the coast, right?
Yeah, I got to see what Hurricane Erin felt like while it was happening, and today I got to see what the damage looked like. Navarre Beach also took quite a hit. Almost every single house that we looked at on the beach had at least some bit of damage. Some houses, of course, had more damage than others. It's difficult to drive around the area without spotting the casualties of Hurricane Erin. Boats sunk in the water, rooftops gone, businesses destroyed. Erin's powerful winds claimed houses, furniture, precious memories. 13-year-old Lonnie Haywood lost most of her bedroom.
Some of my things that were on my wall blew out, and that was like my special things. And the rest is all in there under the whole roof.
Were you surprised by the force of the hurricane, that it could do all this damage to your bedroom?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty weak, but I guess not.
We're not letting anybody through that doesn't have proof of residence.
The situation is so bad, only homeowners and their relatives are allowed on Navarre Beach. But for folks who manage to get to their houses, the scene that greets them is a shock.
Actually, it made me sick. You know, seeing all the destruction when I came back last night was pretty sad. And this is my first hurricane, so.
The next few weeks will mean insurance claims, contractor assessments, and hard work for many people.
We're going to remove all this debris where we can open the store back up, and then we'll be back in here and build a new canopy back.
Most people left the area yesterday like they were supposed to, but others stayed behind. And now looking back, having felt Erin's force and seeing the power of her destruction, they say they won't make that same mistake again.
The next time they ask me to leave, I'm going to leave.
Why is that?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The whole house shakes. So I will leave next time.
For Gardner and many others, cleanup work will continue for at least a few weeks, proving that Erin's legacy will not soon be forgotten here in Navarre. Still, even with all this damage, folks are just glad that Hurricane Erin claimed property and not lives. Back to you in the studio. Yeah, Mandy, this is probably one of the worst hit areas. You can see there's debris in the trees. This is a shed, a neighbor's shed, actually, that went over the fence into the yard here. This is what was a garage, and up here you can see they're trying to take it down now and get things fixed as soon as possible. Take a look at some of the pictures we shot earlier. The storm sucked the roof off the Parkview and Town and Country apartments. Then it peeled off siding and started shredding wood. Families inside had to evacuate in the dark. 8 of them, I'm told, tonight are still out of their homes. They're staying with friends, family, and local hotels. One neighbor rushed into an apartment to rescue some frightened children at home with the babysitter.
Came, so it's gone.
Here in the Steelcrest Manor Division, utility workers spent most of the day mending power lines. In fact, residents were praising them for their quick work. And this is what the garage here, this was Verdine Marlette's garage earlier. It collapsed right on her brand new car. And that is where we are right now. This is what her garage looks like now. You can see they've had crews out here. Actually, she was quite pleased because she was in the home yesterday when all this happened. And fortunately, that was the only damage. That, and of course, her backyard is a mess. Now, with more bad weather on the way, residents really just wanted to get things covered up, hopefully to minimize the damage. Mandy?
All right, already, communities are pulling together to help victims. Fox 2's Nancy Pasternak is live in Granite City with that story. Nancy?
Well, Mandy, there are 8 families out of their homes. In this apartment complex alone, you can see behind me, there's still quite a bit of destruction here. And actually, we've been told it's not safe to get any closer. There's debris like this that's still blowing around tonight. Now, residents here say they were surprised both by Mother Nature's fury and the flood of support that followed. Just minutes after the storm caused Verdine Marlette's roof and garage to topple, help arrived.
We're going to build this garage back here and redo the whole roof.
Workers, friends, and family all pitching in to clean up scattered debris and crumpled metal spread throughout her neighborhood.
I have had more help and more phone calls. People have really been wonderful. And I just thank God that I'm all right.
That's the sentiments of many Granite City storm victims who are amazed this destruction did not claim lives. They watched as a funnel cloud swept the roof off this apartment building.
And I seen it just tear that up like it was nothing. It came over here, picked my Jeep up. I mean, it just picked it up and tossed it down like a Dow.
Workers at Granite Glass and Fence are working overtime trying to fix and repair hundreds of broken windows and windshields.
Today it's been a combination of apartment houses, businesses, and a lot of auto glass. Tremendous amount of auto glass.
It could be some time before life is back to normal, but they are grateful for the little things. Justin Madison got his pet frog back after a traumatic night.
I was just scared that I just feel the wall like shaking and all that. And then I just heard the lights went off, and then I heard glass breaking.
And Justin's mom is glad her kids got out of this building alive despite debris everywhere. Carol Madison was amazed her angel collection was intact.
Today they let us go for a few minutes to grab what we had to grab. And I'm looking at my walls, and all my walls in my bedroom, all the angel pictures are still there. They're not busted, they're attached to the same walls.
And this is what the building looks like tonight. Again, they are keeping people away from this area because a lot of that debris, because it is windy tonight, is blowing around the area, and they really just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Now, the American Red Cross is opening disaster centers to help storm victims. The Granite City Center on Namioki Road will be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Lake St. Louis Center will be in Fire Station number 2. That's on South Ellerman Road. It will be open from noon tomorrow until 7 p.m. Now, those shelters will provide food, some clothing, and some other assistance to people that have been displaced in this storm. Mandy?
All right, Nancy, thank you.
Tears of frustration and pain. Many residents whose lives have been turned upside down in the last 24 hours are tonight asking, what's next? Raging waters moved swiftly through Union, Missouri, and didn't give up for hours. The floodwaters swept homes, cars, and debris into a muddy mess. Now residents can only salvage what's left.
It's been awful. We've lost pretty much everything.
Kimberly Talbot's rug is soaked. She, her husband, and 2 young children are packing up their belongings and leaving town.
I'm going back home to Illinois to stay with my dad.
Building inspectors say more than 100 homes and businesses are damaged. Most are unlivable, either rain-soaked, mangled, or moved off their foundations. The American Red Cross has set up shelter inside City Hall. There is housing, food, and clothes for flooded-out residents.
We're here to do their immediate needs. That's it.
For some, the cleanup will take weeks, if not months. Others, like 83-year-old Rosemary Van Boeven, are calling it quits. She survived 2 floods, but this was too close a call.
Just hanging onto the door here, hollering for help. Help, help, help.
And the water was rushing out?
Yeah, and it was getting deeper and deeper, and I thought, oh, I'm going to drown.
The National Guard is enforcing a 6 p.m. curfew in the hardest hit areas. Monday, the city will start assessing damage. But it'll take time for the emotional scars to heal. A community whose neighborhood was torn apart in less than 24 hours. Some will just take it day by day.
I'll probably stay with my kids. I might stay with one a while, and another one a while, and another one a while.
But you're not coming back here?
No, I am not about to move back in there.
And you can see from this street here how badly the floodwaters tore up the roads here. Federal emergency management representatives will be out here Tuesday morning to assess the damage. Margie?
Okay, Nancy, thank you.